Hey y'all, so I created this look the other day as I was getting ready to go out, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and I want to show you guys how I got it. So if you want to know, stay tuned to keep on watching. So I'm going to start by using my Makeup Forever concealer, and I'm going to use that to just kind of clean up under my eyebrows, and I'm also going to use it on my whole eyelid as an eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to blend it out with a concealer brush. Next, I'm going to take the RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to put that all over the concealer and over my eyebrows, just to kind of keep them from getting oily and to keep that concealer from creasing on my eyes. I'm using my all-time favorite palette from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, taking that orange color and a fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that all in my crease. And I start by patting it into my crease just to get the most color payoff, and then I'm going to go back and blend it out. You'll see when I'm blending, I'm using a combination of windshield wiper motions and like small circles. It really doesn't matter what type of blending techniques you use as long as you get it blended, in my opinion. And as you can see, I'm just going back over with that same color because I want to build the intensity. So don't be afraid to use more product, and yeah, just pat it on first and then go in and blend it. And as you blend it, if you feel like the color is like, you know, fading away, just go ahead and put more back on there. And I just like to pat it on first and then go in and blend it out. Next, I'm going to take that nice darker chocolate shade, and I'm going to put that a little bit further into my crease, like where my eyelid actually folds when I open it. And I'm going to again start by packing that color in, and then I'm going to blend it out. And that's just going to create a little bit more of a smoky effect around my eye. And ideally, when you're doing this step, you want to use a fluffy brush that's more firm. This brush is not firm, it's kind of flimsy, so I was having a little bit of a time. I really need to buy some new makeup brushes, that's another story. But yeah, if you use a firmer blending brush, then it'll just, like, you're blending, and even just when you're packing on the color, it will just apply a lot better than what it's applying for me. So I had to do a little bit more wrist work. But yeah, that does matter. Just find a more firm brush that, like, when you go back and forth, it doesn't like fold. I hope I'm explaining that right. Let me know if y'all need more details on that. As a matter of fact, let me know if you guys would like for me to do a tutorial on like brushes and how you pick out makeup brushes. I think that'll be a good idea. What y'all think? So I'm taking this dark purple shade. It's like a plum in the palette, but it really applies more like a dark chocolate, almost black shade on the eye. And I'm going to concentrate that in my outer V. I'm also using a smaller, more dense, tighter packed fluffy brush. It's just really small, it's really firm. and it's going to help me to apply that eyeshadow in my outer V. And you want to just pack it on until it's as deep and dark as you want it to be. And here I'm just going back and forth between both of my eyes with more eyeshadow, and I'm just packing it on and blending again, just tighter into my crease. I'm just blending that area to make it a bit more smoky, and just until it's as dark and deep as I want it to be. You just continue to pack on the eyeshadow until it looks the way you want. And then here I'm going back with the other fluffy brush that I had. I didn't use any more product, and I'm just blending everything and making sure that it transitions smoothly from one color to the next. Here I'm using that concealer again, just on my eyelid. Just gonna pack that on there a little bit more before I put the eyeshadow on there, just to make sure that it's really intense. This look up thing that I'm doing is a technique I learned at a class, but I don't think it really works for my eye shape. It worked on my model, but it just didn't work for me, so disregard that, y'all. I'm just using that blending brush to take away that excess concealer, and you know, just put things back where I want them to be in my crease. But yeah, I'm just putting that concealer on my eyelid just to have a nice base for the lid color we're going to use. Taking that kind of like a rose gold color, and we're going to go ahead and pop that onto the lid. And I'm using just a flat eyeshadow brush, and when I apply shimmer colors to my eyelid, I just kind of glide it on, as you see me doing here. I just find that I get the best color payoff, and I don't get a lot of fallout doing that, because the shimmery shadows seem to have a lot of fallout when you just pack them on. But I start by gliding, and then I will go ahead and kind of pack on the eyeshadow after I glide. But I just find that it looks a lot better, and it kind of gives that foiled effect. And again, here we're just patting it on, and I'm going to kind of focus on my inner corner as well, and just make sure the eyelid is popping, it's vibrant, and there are no splotchy areas, and everything that it's you know, that it's just smooth and seamless, and that it's popping. I'm taking that reddish copper shade, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of the darker black plum and that champagne color. Just adds a little bit more depth, and I just felt like it was missing something, so I just popped that right in there in between that area, and I feel like it gave it the little something I felt like the look was missing. Can't even explain it. And right now I'm taking that brush that I used for that plum, dark chocolate, black, whatever color that was, and I'm just going back over that color because I feel like once I put my eyeshadow on my eyelid, it got lost. So I'm just putting that back there, just making sure it's good and intense. And also you'll see me kind of blend that into the eyeshadow on my lid, just making sure everything's blended well. I'm going to take that lighter champagne color and pop that in my inner tear duct. I always do that 9 times out of 10, no matter what eyeshadow look I'm doing. Even if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I'm going to put that there. I just feel like a look is not a look unless your inner tear duct is popping and glowing and shining. I just love it. So, yeah. So I did my foundation, lashes, and lips off camera, and this was the final look. Isn't it lovely? What I didn't show was the lashes. I'm wearing the Miss A lashes, number 301, beauty supply $2.99. And on my lips, I used MAC Night Moth. I filled in my entire lip, and then I used this color pop in the color LAX on top. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and please like, comment, subscribe.